Stephen Miller and Pete Hegseth are going to be the fall guys. They're the fall guys for all of this shit. When it's all said and done, after they lose midterms, if they don't fucking use ICE to disrupt them, if they lose midterms, Pete Hegseth and motherfucking Stephen Miller are going to be the fall guys. It was very apparent at that press conference or whatever the fuck they had the other day when Trump basically threw Hegseth under the fucking bus and Pam Bondi threw Stephen Miller under the fucking bus. And when you saw there, when they panned the camera to Pete Hegseth, when Trump said that shit, he said, oh, well, you know, Pete, you were one of the first guys to say, let's do this. Let's go get it done. As far as going into Iran. Yeah. When they panned the camera to Pete Hegseth's face, go watch the video. He was like, holy shit, it finally clicked in his dumb ass. Like, the peanuts in his brain finally start rattling. And he was like, holy shit. And Stephen Miller, after Pam Bondi said, yeah, we're going to give all the credit to Stephen Miller because he's been the architect for all of this. And they panned the camera to Stephen Miller's fucking face. That nigga said, what the fuck? He took a deep sigh and shook his fucking head. They're the fall guys. Why do you think Southcom's commander back, November, December, he resigned? The black guy in Southcom. After they were blowing up them fucking drug boats. That nigga resigned. He like, I don't want no parts of this shit. Because it eventually is going to come out that those were not drug boats. I mean, we know that. We know those were fucking war crimes. We know that. Why you think Joe Kent resigned? Yeah, they're not fucking stupid. Like, Stephen Miller, I give him credit. He thought he was smarter than all this. And he was, bro, they're not even they don't want to even, Iran doesn't even want to do negotiations with Stephen Miller. I mean, Jared Kushner or Steve Wilkoff anymore. They want to deal with J.D. Vance. Why you think all of a sudden J.D. Vance has disappeared? He's been in the fucking background because they got to prep him for, you know, if this shit goes south, the impeachment of Trump. Because this whole Iran shit if this land invasion that they gonna do within the coming weeks fails, it's gonna be worse than Bay of Pigs. And the only reason, like I said before, Kennedy was able to recover from Bay of Pigs was because of the Cuban Missile Crisis and how he handled that. And you can go and look into the entire like geopolitical like maneuvering they did to prop Kennedy up after that, or during and after that. It was actually pretty masterful, I must say. But they're gonna be the fall guys, and it's funny. It's quite hilarious considering that Pete Hegseth, dumbass, really, like, he's the dumb jock, right? The dumb drunk jock, and he really thought when he was giving those speeches to those fucking generals talking about FAFO and giving his chat GPT speeches, he thought that in getting up there in front of those press conferences and just saying just shit out of his fucking mouth, he really thought that he earned all of this shit. That he was really strutting around. Like, yeah, I'm the Secretary of War. And they were letting him blow up those fucking boats in Venezuela, committing war crimes. The Southcom general literally resigned. Like, black generals don't just, like, see, that was the nigga in here. He said, hey, fuck this shit. Because they knew he was going to be the fall guy. So he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to take this retirement. Y'all got it. That was the signal. But y'all should have known. I caught it. And they're already setting up old Petey Pete and Stephen Miller because they know that this land invasion or whatever the fuck they plan on doing, it's not going to work. A lot of Marines are about to go. It's going to be a fucking blunder. And guess who they're going to point to? Because any other time when things are going, any plans, or that nigga Trump has all of them, Marco Rubio and all them boys wearing the same shoes that he gifts them, even though they're too big. Any other time, they're glazing Trump's meat sack. But this time he actually gave credit to Stephen Miller and clapped, and he actually let Pete Hegseth take the credit for the man.